staying away from your office achieve successful business outcomes? Recognized HR thought leader Mohan Raja seems to think so.
This entrepreneur, he was known to me for some time, and he was a guy who started this business from scratch. And from there, he built it to a 100 crore company. When I first met him, there were about 120 people working in that organization. He had 5-6 general managers working with him, several managers. But he had a problem in the sense he thought that his general managers really did not perform the general manager's duty. I actually sat with him and I understood. He said, why is that he wants these general managers to do what according to him that they were not doing. So he was very sure that they must take a bigger role. He was also very sure that they need to take decisions on their own. He was also very sure that they need to build their teams so that the organization can grow, but none of it was happening. So we did the psychometric analysis of all these people involved, and I found that the general manager band was showing consistently a very, very low bandwidth in their role. Now, we were a little foxed because when we met them in person, when we were interviewing them, they all came across as very, very good people, good communication, good leadership. But why is it that the band was showing as low? So I thought that something was not right, and I decided to do a psychometric of the CEO as well. So when we did the psychometric of CEO, we found that he was a great micromanager. He would get involved in every single decision that needed to be taken. And that's also because he knew the business inside out. He knew his customers, he knew his products, he knew his factory. He knew even if there's some quality issue in a product, what would have gone wrong in the factory, he knew to that extent. And since he would get involved in everything, general managers and managers found it very easy to escalate things to him. And he was working almost 18 hours a day. So in other words, he was the problem than the general managers in the organization. I had to have a meeting with him and I asked him, I said, are you sure that you really want these general managers to perform the way you are describing? So he said, yeah, sure, I want them to perform like that. And I told him, look, the issue is not general managers, because my working with them, I think they are intelligent folks, capable people, but the problem is that you are not giving them the space. So he was a little taken aback. I said, what do you mean? They come to me all the time. And I had to say, obviously, if you're going to take every single decision, obviously they're going to come to you. So the trick is to push the decision making down below. So he said, how do I do that? I said, best way to do it, stop coming to office. You are a golfer. He was an avid golfer. So go and play golf in the morning. Come to office only in the afternoon. He found that very little uncomfortable, but he agreed. He stopped coming to office. We had a meeting with all the general managers. We told them what all decisions that they will take, how they're going to work, and that this CEO is not going to come to office during, until the first half, he's not going to be there. So all that was discussed. But in the first week, he found himself very uncomfortable. Even at the golf course, he would be worrying about what will be happening, So we again sat down and said, what are some of the information that you really want so that you will be comfortable? So then he said, hey, I want to know my production figures. I want to know the orders that are coming in. I want to know, there's some key parameters that he suggested. So we ensured that he got this information regularly on his mobile so that he would just look at it and that's it. The next step was we said, look, he's not going to call office for the first half, and even if he calls, the general managers are not going to pick up that call. That was a little drastic, but he was good enough to accept this decision. And in the process, what happened in about 1.5 months, he found himself having a lot of time because general managers actually started doing what they were supposed to do. And what it did was he got enough time to start another business. So in another 1 year's time, he had another business running. His business grew from 100 crores to roughly 350 crores. People, from 100 people, it had almost become 350 people in that time span. So he was seeing growth. He had enough time for himself. He was not stressed, and nor were the general managers who were in their mind asking the question, oh, I have got this general manager title, but am I really doing general manager's job? So we were able to really resolve that issue, and that company went on to become a 500 crore company, and subsequently he was able to unlock his wealth very well.